Hello my dear friends, welcome to the new video. In this lecture, we will study about break and continue. So let us first see what is the break statement. Now what break does is that it breaks the loop wherever the break statement is present. For example, if you have a loop here while something and there is a break statement written. So what it does is that this will get you out of the loop. You executed all of these lines and now you got into break, so you will be getting out of the loop. This break statement is very much helpful. You will see in our upcoming programs that how we can use this break statement. Now let us see a program where you can use the break statement so that you don't need to execute all other lines. For example, we wrote a program to find a prime number. Now in that program, the while loop ran till the number n minus 1. So we need to see if the number n was a prime number or not. So we ran the loop from 2 to n minus 1. Now we made a variable that was kept true if the number was prime and false if the number was not a prime. But we change the variable only at one time and then we do not need to change the variable again. That is, if the number is not a prime number, we do not need to check for further numbers. For example, take the number 18. Now if we start from 2 all the way to 17, at the first point, that is at 2, we will know that 18 divides by 2 and we get the remainder as 0. So 18 is not a prime number, but still we were dividing till 17. So here we will write a program using this break statement where we will see that we do not need to go till the last and we get the answer only at the and we get the answer at a number a where the number n is divisible by that number a. So let us write our program. So here we have a program written. We are taking the number n as our input. Now let us take the divisor d starting from 2. Now we have a variable whether the number is divisible or not. So it is divided or not. So let divided be false for now. Now we will run the loop till d is less than n. Now what we did in our previous program was if n percentage d, if this was equals to 0, we made divided to be true and then we increase the value of d. So d was d plus 1. And now if we checked if divided is true, we write that it is not a prime number. Else we write that it is a prime number. Now let us print d also here. So that you will understand it better. So what we are doing is we are printing the d value. Now let us first start with the number 18. Let us run the program. So it is waiting for the user input. Let us give it 18. So you see here that the value goes from 2 to 17, but at only the point 2 this value became true. We know this because 18 was divisible by 2. So now let us clear the area. Let us make some change in the program. So if divided is true, we do not need anything more from the loop, so we will break the loop. So we broke the loop. Now let us run the program and see what is the d values that we get. So again we will run the program. Let us give the value 18. So d value is true. D value is 2, and we get that it is not a prime number. So it only checks as soon as this divided becomes true, we break out of the loop. Let us give it another run. So again it is asking for also user input. Let us give 21. So d value was 2. So 21 percentage 2 is not equals to 0. So we do not go into this break part. Instead we increase the value of d. So d value became 3. So d value was 3 here was printed. Again now this 21 percentage 3 is 0 because 21 is divided by 3. So divided becomes true and we break out of the loop. Now as divided becomes true, we know that it is not a prime number. So here it is printed that it is not a prime number. Let us give it a prime number. Let us again run the program. Let us give it 7. You see that the value increases from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at not any at none of the point this became true. So our divided variable was false. So it remained false. Hence we got that it is a prime number. So this is how you see that this break statement reduces many of the calculations. Now one property of break statement that you should remember is that if we have loop inside a loop, for example here you have a while loop and then again you have a while loop, and here inside this while loop you have a break statement. So what this break statement will do is that it will break this loop and not this loop. So this break statement executes and then you move on to the outer loop. Again you go to this loop, again you will return to this while loop, and then this program will continue. So if you have multiple loops inside a loop, the break breaks the loop in which it is present and not the outer loop. So now let us see our second statement, that is the continue statement. Now we know that this break statement breaks the loop, but in case of continue, the statement below is not executed. The statement that is present below the continue part is not executed and it goes to the starting point of the loop. So what does that mean by that? Now suppose we have a while loop. Suppose we have a while loop and you have some statements here, then a continue, and then some more statements here. So what this will do is that it will execute these statements. As soon as it goes to continue, it will not execute the below part, it will just go back to the while loop. So unlike the break, it does not breaks out of the loop, instead it goes to the starting point of the loop. Now suppose we are given a question that we need to print the numbers from 1 to 5 except the number 2. For example, we need to print 1, 3, 4, 5. In this, we can use the continue part. So, how our while loop will look like is that we have a while, we need a variable I which will start from 1, we will go from less than equals to 5. So, and then we will have a check that if I is 2, then what we will do? We will do nothing but we will continue. Else, what we will do is we will print. Then we will increment the value of I. So, what will happen is that I is 1. So, I is not equals to 2. So, we will print 1. Now, the value of I increased to 2. So, I value is now 2. As soon as we go here, I becomes 2 and we continue. So, we are moving again into the out of the, so we are again going to the start point of the loop, but this time I is again 2. So, this will keep on going. So, we should remember here that in using this while loop, you should also give the increment while you are giving the continue. So, before giving continue, you should give the increment. So, it will be I plus plus and then continue. So, let me write it more clearly. So, our program will look like as while I is less than equals to 5. If I is equals to 2, what we will do? We will first increment the value of I and then we will continue. Now, here you will not need the else part, because after this continue, you are going back to the starting point. So, you do not need the else part. Else, what we will do is we will print the value of I and then increment the value here. So, this will print the number from 1 to 5 except 2. So, let us write this program. So, here we are taking the number n, we will give it 5. Let us start the value of I from 1. Our loop will run while I is less than equals to n. So, if the value of I is equals to 2, we will do nothing but increment the value of I and then we will continue. Else what we will do is we will print the value of I. We are giving a space here so that you can see the number separately. Then again we will increment the value of I. Now let us run our program. Let us first clear the area. Now let us run the program. Let's give the value 5. So you see here that we get 1, 3, 4 and 5. We do not get 2 because at the point of this 2 we wrote this continue statement. Now we saw in the this while loop part. Now let us see how we can use the continue in the for loop part. Now let us write the same program using the for loop. So here we will have our variable I as 1. We will have I less than equals to some value n, or in this case here 5. Then we will increment the value of I. Now here while putting the continue part, we do not need to put the incrementer. For example, if we write here for I equals to 2, we need to continue. We do not need to give the increment part here because increment part is taken care of here. Else what we will do is we will just print the value of So this is how our program looks like in the for loop part. Let us write the program in this for loop. So what we'll do here is, in the for loop we will write for I equals to, for int I equals to 1, I is less than equals to n, I equals to I plus 1. Now if I value is nothing but 2, we will do nothing but continue. Else what we will do is, we will write the value of I and then put a space. In the last we will move to the end line so that you can see the output clearly. Let us keep this output. This is the output of the old program. Let us run the program again. Let us give the value of 5. So you see here that we get 1, 3, 4, 5. So here we do not need to put the incrementer part. We needed to specifically increment the value of I before continue, but in the for loop it happens automatically as it is specified in the third block. So we will use this break and continue in the many programs. So hope you all got how to use this break and continue. So that is all in this lecture. Thank you for watching.